Hallie claims DDG. Oh, boy. If they can't win the public narrative, they make the accusations. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hallie Bailey claims DDG attacked her multiple times. Gets restraining order. Oh, my God. Hallie says she's had enough of DDG allegedly abusing her. She filed a police report and now wants a court order protection from the father of her child. In documents, she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. Hallie claims that DDG came over to pick up their son Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about the visitation schedule. Again, I keep telling you, all these women, something happened, they run to the bathroom, they take pictures, and they keep it in the tuck.
I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. And well, like a good piece of bacon, DDG is getting fried right now. Everywhere. In every comment, in every social media platform, everywhere. He's getting fried. He's getting fucking cooked right now because Hallie decided to get a restraining order on him, claiming he has attacked her multiple times and that he's an abuser. I guess this is Hallie's play to keep their son Halo away from DDG, or this is the long-term plan, I guess. But this is messy. It's already getting messy. You know, it's 6 o'clock my time, so it's a lot that has happened. It's a lot of clips I could play. It's a lot of streamers that are coming out and defending DDG and saying, "Hey, I stand with DDG." And while I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that. And while, of course, y'all know me, I'm not the type to hang a black man to the cross. But at the same time, we have to be fair, at least in my opinion. Now, I know. I'm going to have a lot of the DDG stands and sheep and bots in my comments because for some reason, no sane human clicks on my videos. It's only stand pages, sheeps, and bots. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair. Very fair. Because while I might not like his music, I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think he's a bad guy. And, you know, while his content isn't for me, I can understand why a lot of people like what he does on Twitch and on YouTube. So, you know, regardless of it, I'm not, like I said, I'm not the type to hang a black man in the cross. So if you're here for me to just scold DDG, it's not going to happen. If you're here for me to scold Hallie Bailey, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm just going to be fair and objective. I'm going to read what this is. We're going to watch him reacting to it in like live time. Some more clips after that. And then we're going to watch Axe reaction to it all as well. Just remember, before there was a Feared Buck, a School Brian, a Chat Nigga 01, a Akademiks TV, before it was any of them clip pages on Twitter, before it was any clip pages on YouTube, really, it was a I Am Savvy Mike TV. Remember that. Remember that. Anyways, let's get into it. So as you can see, Hallie Bailey claims DDG attacked her multiple times and gets a restraining order. Hallie Bailey says she's had enough of DDG allegedly abusing her. She filed a police report, and now she wants court-ordered protection from the father of her child, TMZ has learned. In docs filed Tuesday in L.A., she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. And Hallie says DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about a child visitation schedule. So they broke up in October, but things got physical in January. Okay. As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, "Get out of my car." We got about 3 more minutes before I can say the B word. Okay. Hallie says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated state. That's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Hallie said she was in pain and crying. Although that stopped the fight, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. Once they told her they'd take care of the baby, she left hysterical and with bruises on her arms to go along with her chipped tooth. She attached photos of her alleged injuries and her request for a restraining order. She also alleges DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home, entered without permission, went to her bedroom, and texted a pic of Hallie's empty bed to her along with the text, "Now I know what you been on. LOL." Hallie says she interpreted the text as DDG accusing her of having sex with other people. 4 days later, she claims he really exploded when he came back to her house. Hallie told him she and the baby were sick. She didn't want Halo to leave home, and she claims that when he got verbally abusive, smashed her Ring camera and went away with Hallie's phone. As he drove off, she claims DDG threw the phone out the window and yelled, "Go get it, bitch." Yeah, we're good. The incident prompted Hallie to go file a police report, and she says she also has Ring footage to back up her side of the story. It was also around this time DDG claimed on X he'd been fighting to see Halo for months. Here's some text messages, I guess, and for some reason Brent Faiyaz is in these messages, and Akademiks TV is the one that I guess DDG is quoting. But at the same time, I guess from what I've been hearing is Hallie has been messing with Brent Faiyaz for, look, Brent Faiyaz get around, which is understandable. I mean, when you listen to his fucking music, this is the type of nigga he is, I guess. But yeah, didn't he get Joe Budden's ex-baby mama Sin pregnant? Like, he got her pregnant. I guess he moved on from that. He was with another chick that was somebody else's ex, and now he's with Hallie. Right. Talk about sloppy seconds. Talk about a nigga that like leftovers. Like, this nigga can't find his own bitch. He can't find his own woman. Go get your own fucking girl, Brent Faiyaz. Why you keep taking other niggas' girls? Anyways, that was my Brent Faiyaz 2 cents, because he keeps coming up. And people are saying that Hallie was cheating on DDG with Brent Faiyaz. And they're also starting to say that Hallie was abusive towards DDG. And look, at the end of the day, do I believe that Hallie was probably beating on him? Sure. My ex was beating on me. Did you see me file a police report, get a restraining order? No, that's love and the double standard of being in love. My ex can kick me out of the bed and we could just keep play fighting and have a good old time. Like, kick me hard as shit too. Like, she had me flying. Like, I flew off the bed. But we still be fine and kiki and haha. But if I ever really wound back and knocked her out, that's a problem. And then me understanding and being the man in this situation, knowing that at the end of the day, I'm way more stronger than you. I got way more power than you. I can control this situation more than you can, even if you get angry and upset and just start welling at me. Like, I can calm you down, or I can at least stop you from hitting me. But then you get into, at the end of the day, bro, walk away. That's my advice to anybody that's dealing with violent women. Whenever she starts to get violent, don't call the police. Call your mama. Get your mama on the phone. Have her on speaker. Tell her to start recording. She might talk some shit while it's happening, but, just tell her to start recording. If she's really that tight. And walk away. Just walk away. Because you do not win in any situation when you retaliate, unfortunately. I know that's an unfortunate truth for us as men, but that's just the truth. We don't win. We don't fucking win. And at the end of the day, the woman can make our life 10 times more miserable than we can make hers. That's just how it is now. That's just the lay of the landscape. She's going to go on fucking Brent Faiyaz, making movies, being a Hollywood star, taking care of her son, all that hoopa holla. While DDG has to figure out how he's going to see his kid. Now he has to deal with accusations of being a woman beater. hoping his clout don't dry up. Niggas going through a lot right now. On top of the internet cooking him. On top of the internet frying his ass for getting caught up in this shit. Anyways, I feel like I spent long enough talking about this, and they just, look, we got the gist of everything. The final straw came just last weekend when she said she was vacationing with Halo and her sisters in St. Lucia. She says DDG texted her links to social media posts claiming she was on the island with singer Brent Faiyaz. Hallie replied, "Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you are okay and feel better soon." The judge granted Hallie a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay 100 yards away and gave her permission to take nearly an 18-month hold. Oh, I thought like he couldn't see the kid for 18 months. Oh, Halo is a year and 6 months to Italy, where she'll be filming a movie for 2 months. DDG has has to stop posting or streaming about her and their child. Hallie claims her ex has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he live streams. We reached out to DDG camp. No word back. All right. I'm done yapping. I've said what I needed to say. I think I've given my opinion at least. Look, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm going to be fair. Do I think DDG was beating on Hallie Bailey? No, I don't. Clearly, after the relationship was over, things got toxic. And when you have two people that don't understand how to co-parent, especially when the relationship is over, you get toxicity. This is just what it breeds. And unfortunately, she's probably a bitter baby mama, but she ain't a bitter broke baby mama. No, she got bread. She got bread to make plays like this happen. And she got connections to make plays like this happen. Does DDG have those same connections? I don't know. Does he have that same bread? Maybe. I don't know. I would hope so. I mean, every time I get on Twitter, I see a new clip of him talking about how much money he was making on Snapchat when it was popping. So I would hope he saved some of that. But he need to figure it out, because they're saying there's ring camera footage of both incidents, of the incident of him, I guess, pulling up to her house and taking a picture of her bed and leaving, and then the incident of I guess him hitting her head on the steering wheel, chipping her tooth and all that. I guess both of those incidents are on camera. So, and then the thing is too, when it comes down to it, yes, DDG, most of his fans are, little kids and whatnot, but like, he thrives off of having women on his stream. That's what gets him popping and the clout tokens and whatnot, at least on Twitch. So it would just be weird optics, right? If all of this is going on and he's still taking women out, like, it's not gonna look good. So yeah, if I'm DDG, if she's lying, cool, clear your name. But if she's not lying, at this point, fuck all that. If you love your son that much, if you love your kid that much, you need to be figuring out what you need to do. Unfortunately, this is what she wanted. She wanted you to have to cower to her rule and see Halo when she wants you to see him and be around him when she, unfortunately, that's what she wants. And unfortunately, you gave her if this is true, you gave her some ammo to do it. Not saying you beat on her, but you gave her some ammo to kind of get control of this whole co-parenting situation. So it's highly unlikely that you're going to get the control back. But, yeah, man, just pray for DDG, man. When it rains, it fucking pours. Not only did he flop, but he's also getting canceled. This is nasty work. This is some of the nastiest of works, to be honest. It doesn't get no nastier than this. Anyways, moving on. Let's get into the clips. I'm done, yeah.
And I'm feeling like, damn, bro, should I get a stylist? Why are they saying GG TMZ?
Did you tech TMZ, Aiden? Because he damn sure is right now.
All right, I'm looking at her story now.
Oh, yeah, Aiden don't give a fuck.
Oh, fuck. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real. That's the thing.
But don't even. But you know what we talked about last night? Fuck all that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
Even, but I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here.
Don't even make no
Fuck
sense.
all that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false shit to ruin this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. WDDG, and fuck anyone who got anything to say.
Fuck the fake narratives, my nigga. Stop the bullshit. We don't want to hear that shit, bro. That shit is fake.
Listen to R. Kelly.
Now, I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. Oh, I said I was done yapping, but as this clip played, I started to think. I was like, well, they did mention it was a moment where he was on stream for like a good few days, basically exposing the fact that she's making it difficult for him to see. I remember covering it extensively, right? And I think in my coverage, I will hope, because I'm thinking it now, because my common sense play goes, all right, well, if she's making it difficult, you need to go to the court first then. Like, what are you telling your stream for? That's where I was confused. I was like, what are you telling the internet for? Nigga, don't tell us. We can't tell. Hallie, let DDG see Halo. We can't force her to make you see the child. Like, we can't force that. You need to go to the court, get them to force it. Because once that paperwork comes through and comes down, now she has no choice but to let you see the kid due to the co-parenting schedule that y'all have. So it was odd that he didn't do that. I was, because I'm like, you got money. It ain't gonna be a problem to get a co-parenting lawyer, one of them lawyers. It ain't gonna be a problem. Family lawyer, bro. If I know she's making it difficult, and if I know we had an arrangement, and all of a sudden she's reneging on the arrangement, I'm going to get this figured out, especially if I got the bread to. So why didn't he do that? And it leads me to the next clear choice, that the reason he didn't do it was maybe because all of this might have been revealed in court. And then he would have had another problem. So that's just my speculation. Anyways, next clip. I don't even know what that clip is going to be. Next clip.
After the fiasco where she overplayed her hand and showed that she was either super jealous or controlling, or she was unreasonable when she was saying, don't have my son on Kai's stream. And everybody was like, why not? Kai is like mad cool and he's the father too. You got him posted all over your Instagram. Everybody was on her ass. It's the first time I went on Shade Room and they picked the man's side. Yo, girl, you know it's this kid too, right? Like, you know you're not you don't got to give out permissions. They shamed her. Ever since then, she fell back. She even posted some shit saying, oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I shouldn't have went to the internet. Usually, they're always on the woman's side. DDG takes off on Twitch. DDG's booming. You don't show like that shit, right? DDG with 1,000 girls. I ain't gonna lie, I knew it was a matter of time. Nigga, it's May. They're saying this shit happened in January. She was keeping this shit in the tuck to say, if these motherfuckers don't come around and start loving me again, let me really throw that nigga DDG to the bus. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell y'all, chat? Come on. If they can't win the PR battle, because trust me, when a girl go on her phone like this and she look through her DMs and shit like that, you get what I'm saying? When she see that, she gonna be like, man, I don't like this shit. Now she got to throw the allegations. By the way, let me say this to y'all. How y'all think this got to TMZ? I want y'all to do the math with me. Chat. Hallie Bailey, Chloe Bailey, they're protege of, look, Halle Bailey and Chloe Bailey, known as Chloe X Halle, are signed to Beyonce's record label and management company. They have been referred to as Beyonce's proteges. Chat, we know this story all too well. How you think this got to TMZ? Maybe there's somebody else in the mix. Maybe they have some connects to that. Trust me, she don't know how to send that shit to TMZ. Let me tell you how it got to TMZ. Remember, I told you that. So now, and remember when I had told y'all when DDG got online and he was talking about visitation, and he's like, man, I can't see my kid if I don't ba or I don't ba. And I said, DDG, you want to go to court? And I think he had responded to that. He basically said, no, I don't want to do this. That's where you fucked up, brother. Because you not going to court. These chicks care about their public perception. She dropped the bomb on your ass. You know what she did? Yo, leak these motherfucking pictures, man. That nigga think he popping and streaming now like he don't need me. He's moving on. He doing this, that, and third. Brands are reaching out to it. Man, drop that motherfucking bomb. They released this shit. Remember, they're saying that this is from January. Chat, it is May. She had this in the iCloud as probably under the folder that says, if that nigga ever try me. Look. Holy shit. Let's read the whole thing. Oh my God. She filed a police report. We're going to try to find the police report. We want to see when that was filed. It probably was filed yesterday, huh? By the way, here's the thing too. DDG. That's because she probably thought you responded to the Brent Fire shit. Come on, let's call it spade. Let's call it spade. So she's like, oh, you trying to play with me? You trying to play with me? I know you ain't trying to play with me, nigga. She said, I know you forgot that I had. This is why sometimes I also tell y'all, men, a lot of times we could clear the air on a lot of things with some of these women, but because of how public perception is, we got to just take our L. Just take our L. Even if we have a perfectly explainable side, you take the L. You know why? If they lose the PR battle, they get to claim an abuse. In documents, she's claiming that things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October. Hallie said DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she's tried to start a conversation with the rapper about the child visitation schedule. As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and repeatedly said, get out of my car, bitch. Hallie said the baby was crying. She got nervous about DDG leaving him in such an agitated state. That's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair. Now, here's the thing, and very importantly, DDG is somebody we've watched boxed. I would imagine DDG is several times stronger than Hallie. Apparently, she's buckling the baby in DDG's car. DDG said, get out my car. All of a sudden, the details go from there to DDG wrestling her. Let me ask y'all the question. Do you think, as they were arguing, DDG just snapped and beat her ass? Or maybe the wrestling was because she may have tried to put her hands on him first. Not that it matters, because I get it. It never matters when a woman puts their hand on a man, right? Nobody ever cares. But do you notice the lapse in story? DDG says, get out my car. Hallie says the baby's crying. So she was nervous about leaving him in an agitated state. That's when they started wrestling. All of a sudden, y'all just start wrestling? Okay. With DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on a steering wheel. Okay. And chipping her tooth. Now, this is so dangerous here, chat. She's getting a restraining order, but this essentially, who knows if this was captured at his house or her house. This is LA County. Let me tell you how this works. I believe this happened in LA. This restraining order, and because they're two high-profile celebrities, this is going to now invite the district attorney to get a investigation going on. If there's a ring camera, I guarantee subpoena. Guaranteed. Okay, we need to go see the ring camera. Because here's the thing with LA County, they're never going to pass up on that. I'm not saying they're cloud chasing, but that TMZ moment of them charging somebody. So she took pictures then. That's when they start wrestling. DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on the steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Now, keep in mind, all this happened then. Did she call the police when it happened then? Chat, I need y'all to help me understand. She did not call the police, it seems, when it happened then. Did she report the crime? No. Months later, she's reporting this crime. Why do you think? Why not call the cops at that moment? Somebody says, oh, I believe she was probably hitting him and he threw her off for her. I don't want to make assumptions. I also don't want to flat out call her a liar. But we're just kind of reading this stuff and it's like, really? Really, nigga? Okay, cool. Hallie says she was in pain, crying. And although that stopped the fighting, because she's claiming he grabbed her head and knocked it on the steering wheel and chipped her tooth, she was still worried about Halo. So she remained in the car. Whoa. Time out. That would make too much sense. Remember, it was, oh, I'm buckling my kid in your car. Remember, this is supposedly he's picking up his kid from her. She's doing something that makes sense. Well, if I'm giving you my kid, I want to buckle my kid. Even if it's your car, I want to make sure my kid is safe. It's our kid, but, I just want to make sure. All right, bet. Okay, bet. Her turning to buckle the kid turns to them wrestling. Them wrestling turns to him almost strangling her, grabbing her hair, hits her head twice on the fucking steering wheel, right? Chipping her tooth. Does she get out the car? No. Why she says she doesn't get out the car? She was worried about Halo. So she stayed in the car. I'm in the car. I'm in the base. Are we there yet? I'm in it. She remained in the car for the ride to DDG's house, where she supposedly told his family about what happened. Oh my God. Once they told her they would take care of the baby, she left hysterical with bruises on her arms to accompany her chipped tooth. She attached photos of her injuries in a request for a restraining order. Now, this is fed through some PR company or... Here is the pictures, supposedly, of DDG confronting Hallie over Brent Fayez. Let's go. Daryl Granberry, that's his name. He sends her, it says, pretty much confirms the Hallie Brent Fayez rumors, keeping Halo away from DDG while Brent Fayez plays stepdad in St. Lucia. Nasty work. Nasty. Wait, why they tag me in this? He says to her, this is foul. Bet. By the way, why is the timing on this says tomorrow? Tomorrow, huh? Why does it say tomorrow? The next thing shows Brent Fayez. Then he says, wait, why does it say Akademiks TV? Oh my God. Yo, Gran, what'd you post? Gran, what is it? That's my nigga. DDG can't see son because Hallie took Halo to be with Brent Fayez in St. Lucia's. Treacherous. DDG then says, you think you hurt my feelings when you really just ruin your own image. This is a terrible look. Makes you look disgusting and evil. Enjoy your vacation, though, and happy Mother's Day, but just have the same energy when it's my turn to have him. Oh, hell no. See, a woman is thinking, oh, you about to have my kid around the hoes? Oh, hell no. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. I bet you won't be around no hoes for the next whenever.
Now, Hallie said, not only am I going to take the kid away, but I'm going to make sure these hoes are scared to even be around you. Oh, man. Regardless of it, This video is 30 minutes. If you're still here, shout out to you. But I'm going to end it here. All I'll say is pray for DDG, man. He went triple plastic plates. He sold 11,000 copies first week with a whole bunch of features. That's with as many features that was on that album. He was not supposed to sell 11,000 copies first week. Whether he was trolling whether he was trolling about 400 and 1,200 or not, he wasn't supposed to sell 11,000. That's still a flop. But regardless of it, he flopped. He's being accused of being a woman beater, especially to the Little Mermaid. I don't, and stepping outside of all of that, it is kind of strange. You can't kind of put the pieces together there. It's like she is, a protege of Beyonce. So, of course, she's in the Roc Nation house. Who else is in the Roc Nation house? Meg Thee Stallion. Who else is in the Roc Nation house? Rihanna. What do all three of those? Well, Rihanna actually did, get beat by Chris Brown, unfortunately. That actually happened. But they made amends, and Chris Brown's career is still amazing. He's going great, so it don't matter. But Meg, for some reason, that victim play, I guess they saw it with Rihanna and went, oh, shit. So we have a chance to do this victim play to boost somebody's career. We need to take it. The opportunity presented itself with Tory Lanez. Threw him under the jail for 10 years. I guess the opportunity is presented itself with DDG. And I don't think they're trying to throw him under the jail. I don't know why she didn't call the police at first. Or maybe she didn't want to make it too messy. Who knows? Maybe she didn't want to go there. Maybe to her it's just about keeping her son away from this crazy monster. But outside of that, let's do the victim play. See if it boosts your career. Look, hey, if you want to believe that, you can believe that. I'm not mad at you for believing that. If you want to believe Hallie, I'm not mad at you for believing Hallie. I am just a spectator. To all you DDG fans, bots, and sheep, y'all can suck my dick. I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace. Talking about no motion. This woman just stopped all his motion.